Russian special services have received instructions to organize terrorist attacks in several Russian oblasts during the May 9th celebrations aimed at blaming Ukraine and mobilizing the population for war. InformNapalm international intelligence community reported this, citing information obtained from intelligence agencies. Early reports indicate that high-level instructions were given within Russian security agencies to organize terrorist attacks in several Russian oblasts. Cities such as Khabarovsk and Ulan-Ude are being considered. Meanwhile, all forces are being involved in securing the parade in Moscow to ensure it takes place without incident, InformNapalm reported. The goal is to accuse Ukraine of indiscriminate attacks on civilian crowds, to disrupt U.S. peace initiatives, and to use these pretexts to mobilize additional resources from Russian regions. At the same time, at first they allegedly considered plans for such actions in Moscow itself, but later decided that the situation could get out of control, so they want to try in the regions, away from the federal center, the statement said. Recall, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has declared a 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine on 8 to 10 May to mark World War II Victory Day, as U.S. President Donald Trump's administration decides whether a deal to end the war is within reach. The Kremlin said that the truce will start on May 8 and last through to the end of May 10, adding that Putin ordered the full cessation of hostilities on humanitarian grounds to mark the May 9 holiday celebrating the defeat of Nazi Germany. There was no immediate reaction from Ukraine, which has previously agreed to Trump's proposal of a full 30-day ceasefire. Russia believes that the Ukrainian side should follow this example, the Kremlin said in a statement.
Ukrainian military expert Ivan Stupac commented on the liquidation of Russian General Yaroslav Moskalik. As soon as the explosion happened with General Moskalik, I personally contacted various of our agencies and asked, "Is it you? Can I congratulate you?" I heard back, "No, it's not us." Then I called another agency and again the same, "No, it's not us either." I was really surprised because usually they say right away, "Yes, it's us. See, we can act." But this time 2 agencies denied involvement, Stupac said on the Espresso TV channel. According to the military expert, on April the 29th, the President of Ukraine reported that he had met with the head of the Foreign Intelligence Service who briefed him on the liquidation. So I conclude that the Foreign Intelligence Service, using football terminology, has opened the scoring in eliminated Russian war criminals within the Russian Federation, Stupac emphasized. The military expert also added that the current head of the Foreign Intelligence Service of Ukraine is a person who previously worked in the main intelligence directorate. I think he recruited the best employees with experience in similar eliminations. Pay attention to the style. It looks very similar to the way General Kirillov was removed. There was a scooter in that case. Here, it's a car. But in both cases, webcams were used for surveillance and remote detonation. Stupac remarked, "Currently, the Russian community is mourning the loss of General Moskalik. They say he was a smart man, able to coordinate complex military operations across the entire theater of war. His death is a truly painful loss for the enemy. I want to believe that they no longer have people of this caliber, as he was responsible for planning military operations," Stupac concluded. Recall on April the 25th in the town of Balashikha in the Moscow region of Russia, a car exploded, resulting in the death of General Yaroslav Moskalik, a high-ranking officer in the Russian Ministry of Defense. On the evening of April the 28th, President Volodymyr Zelenski discussed the results of reports from the heads of the Foreign Intelligence Service and the Security Service of Ukraine. The president was informed about the elimination of high-ranking commanders of the Russian armed forces. General Lieutenant Yaroslav Moskalik, who died last week due to a car explosion in Balashikha, was involved in preparing documents related to the Ukrainian conflict for Russian President Vladimir Putin and Defense Minister Andrei Belousov.
Ukrainian fighters have detected and destroyed Bucha 2 and Bucha 3 anti-aircraft missile systems of the occupying Russian army, each worth 40 to 50 million USD. The Bucha M3 complex was detected by aerial reconnaissance in the eastern direction of the front and was destroyed by a strike from the HIMARS rocket launcher. The Bucha M2 complex was destroyed by strikes from the 65th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces with kamikaze drones. The fighters also targeted military trucks in the area with their drones and destroyed them.